Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. We are here for the Formula One qualifying watch-along to the Portuguese Grand Prix Round 3 of the 2021 FIA Formula One World Championship, right? And it's pretty much advantage Bottas at the minute, not Hamilton. Oh, hang on. Sorry. They're having to repair a sensor on Bottas's car if he's able to take qualifying today. They should be able to get it done, but we'll have to wait and see. Please, everyone, do smash a like on the video. Do hit the subscribe button, right? I want you to do that right now, right? Get people in. This is going to be intense, right? Because there's nothing between the top three. Right? Mercedes and that have caught up. Please let me know if you can hear commentary, because I'll turn it down now.
Precious.
Oh, please stop, Mum, because we can hear you.
What did you mean?
Just gonna. Ah, shit. That's better. There we go. Should be able to automatically adjust for that. There we go. So yeah, I hope you like the camera as well, because we got a new camera as well, right? 4K Pro Edition, Logitech. Right, I suggest you go get that for anyone who wants to do that. I am now live. Letting some people know we are live. Don't share it, guys, because we should be doing a blackout. Dun, 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 dun. Just invite some. Here we go. Yeah, there's another thing as well. Can Lewis Hamilton get his 100th pole position? That is first pole position way back in Canada, 2007. And now we are looking at the possibility of him getting his 100th pole position in Formula One. So I'm just gonna. Trying to find. Trying.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Stephen. How are
Yeah,
you?
mate. It's great to see you. It's
Great
great,
to see you
to see you,
too.
man. It's been a while.
Been busy, but good. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you make of the season so far as qualifying kicks off?
It's been good. I think we've seen two different winners.
Two of the main protagonists for the championship.
Yeah, and it's heating up as well. Different. You have the points are not guaranteed from Mercedes every race, and that's a welcome change, I think, to the sport.
Yeah, I think it's about time like I said, we just needed Red Bull to produce a car that would compete from the very get go, and they did.
Yeah, and I think they have the engine. to go along with it.
Yeah, and because I think the limiting on rear downforce has really hampered Mercedes, but it looks like they've caught up already, which really will not please Red Bull, especially as they had that advantage in Bahrain and didn't make it pay off.
True.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many questions to ask you. Obviously, Hamilton's won his 7th title now, looking for aim at 8, but obviously he's on a 1-year contract. Do you think he's going to retire at the end of the season?
No, he'll probably continue. They'll probably sign a new contract. But I think it's going to be interesting to see who his teammate will be, especially with new rules change.
Because he said he wants to be part of those rules. Because obviously, I've had the DNF1 podcast come on, and he's a great guy. Go check him out, and he's really good content. We were talking about it, and we was all about more about ground effect now, and they're being really restrictive on it. But as the way forward, and by the look of it, it's going to be more entertaining because there's more overtaking opportunities because they lose less downforce. But I mean, what do you find? Are you excited for next season?
Yeah, I think it's going to be it's a new slate. You know, everyone's going to start off anew. There's no reason why one team should be dominant, but you never know it with one.
Well, that's what they thought in 2014, and then obviously, and also in 2009. But then Braun came up with a revolution, and so did Mercedes, and obviously the rest is history.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, how's things now? Because explain like that. Did you used to be like a steward? Did you say F1? I can't remember. My mind's
no. I was more in the lower categories, a steward. I'm still the president of the FIA in my country and a member of the FIA. So still pretty much intact. A lot of my friends who are World Council members are the ones who vote on these rules and the new races as well that are on proposal.
You should get in touch with them and see if they want to come on the channel and like spill the beans.
I don't think they would spill the beans, but yeah.
But yeah, like getting insight into like how it is to be like so involved in the sport, and
yeah, it's not complicated. They just present the rules to them like on paper, and then they read it over and then just consult. You know, okay, let's vote for it.
But I think that they do a better. I mean, if you compare to like FA, UEFA, and FIFA, and that, they are a lot better. And
I'll tell you this: it's a totally different structure where you actually, if you can't fund yourself, you have no business being there.
Yeah.
There's nothing against it. There's no hard feelings there. So that's a beautiful thing about the FIA. It's not like these UEFA or FIFA who are, as you know, they have their reputation. It's quite different. You know, every club on its own sources is so every president of a club, if you are elected or recommended to be like a World Council member, there's only so much per region. So, and the presidents keep changing, you know, in different countries. So there's always change. There's never one set for too long.
But I think the one thing is they consider what the fans want.
Yes.
And that's the thing. That's the main thing. I think if you say football, they don't really consider what they want to consider how much money it's going to make.
Right. Well, the good thing is how the FIA does it is, as you know, the Concord Agreement with Formula One, the commercial rights holder holds the majority shares. You know, Formula One at the time had like a 1% share. Now it doesn't, but it used to have like a 1% share.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best way. You give the rules, and then the commercial rights do everything else. You know, and the FIA just worries about the officiating of the event. You know, it has its own personnel and everything that goes with it.
So, who are you backing for like this season in general? Or are you just completely neutral?
Max Verstappen.
Me and you are gonna have arguments then.
No, I think it's because on the fact that Red Bull's very hungry, they know how to win, and I think this is their first shot in a long time. Like, you know, when someone is like so hungry for a win, and now they have a good product or a good team or a good car, they can smell it,
Yeah,
so they're gonna throw the
only,
kitchen sink at it.
yeah, I think the only thing I would say is that you're completely right in what you're saying, and you saw that maybe in the last, obviously in the free races, you've seen that mess that
Yeah.
his career, but what you saw in Bahrain, for example, is what experience does over youth, and that's obviously me as a Hamilton fan. I'm always going to back my guy Hamilton, but he's definitely. What I will say about it is that it's, yeah, for me, for me, I'd just say that the experience at the minute will win out compared to youth, because it's,
He's got a bit more craftiness, you know, and more
yeah,
racecraft, more
yeah,
craft in his
more
racing.
racecraft. It's not, and just not that as well. It's the fact that he knows what it takes to win something like that and have the stamina. No one's been able to compete Hamilton over a 23 race season, as we just see him run off the turn one, because of the stamina that he has. I mean, he usually gets to about the second half of the season and he starts pulling away.
Right. Well, I know Massa did in 2018, in 2008, but that was the last time. Like,
yeah.
Someone went with
So,
Hamilton all the way.
speaking of Hamilton, he just goes fastest with a 118.7. So already they're setting pretty much the lap record pace that we had last season. So in terms of slowing the cars down, it didn't really work.
No, that's a beautiful thing about engineering. It always seems to find a way.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the sport. And do you know what? A lot of people, what I loved about, like, I think what a lot of people might see from the Netflix, because it'll be, if they want to watch right behind the scenes, they'll go watch the Netflix series, for example. Right. First of all, right, the reason that Mercedes count Bottas as a second driver is because you saw in Bahrain the difference, the amount of pace difference. Hamilton can just extract that little bit more out of the car than Bottas.
But
And whether it's,
that's why I think with the new rules,
yeah,
it's important you have a Russell in the other car.
yeah. But we'll wait and see it. Look, if Hamilton decides to hang his boots up, which he might do, I think he's perfectly in his rights to do that. And even if he wins his title or not, I'm still regard him as the best, right? Because, yeah, when it comes to F1, I go by stats and I go by certain races I've seen, and certain qualifyings I've seen. Just shows me he's that mixture of, like I think one of the engineers, Jamirez, I think, said it. One of the Ferrari and also McLaren engineers back in the day, he said it. He was a mixture of, because he was a team member when Prost and Senna were there, and he said he's just a mixture of the two. That just outright pace and will to win against that racecraft and tactical genius of Prost. So
here he goes. Hamilton goes top with a 118.726.
yeah. Well, no, it was deleted.
Okay. Well, it seems mine's a bit delayed then. I won't
Okay. Do you
comment
want me
on
to?
that.
Do you want me to skip it? What minute? What minute are you on? What time are you on?
9:26.
Right, I've stopped at 7:19, so I'll let you catch up. But what do you think about the sprint qualifying?
I think it's a new thing. I think it's worth to give it a go to spice things up over a race weekend. I think fans deserve something else. You know, something more. You know, lots of fans go to races, so that would be good. I think this is a good thing going forward.
Okay, it's just I've always, obviously they're resetting the budget, so they get about what? I think it's about another £190,000 or dollars or euros, I think, because obviously they're having to do a sprint race where there's more likely to be accidents. But in terms of, it's replacing the practice free session, so it doesn't really like hinder them that much. Otherwise, it'd be, if they were doing an extra session, they'd probably get a lot more. But because it's taking up a practice session, it's not really that bad. in terms of
You
cost.
know, I wanted to comment. Like, everyone's like all the medias are having they're bashing Sebastian Vettel. You know, of not
Yeah.
coming to grips with the car. You know, but last race wasn't a pretty bad race. You know, he had.
Is that 719 yet? In that time.
Yeah, where his time was deleted.
Yeah, no, is your time there? I'm on quali one. The time on quali one has got 7:15 minutes left on mine. I'm trying to sync it up.
No, mine is 7 minutes 40 something seconds.
Yeah, once it hits 7:15, let me know and I'll start it. Then we're at the same time, so otherwise it look a bit weird. But
I was back to last race where I think Seb had a pretty interesting race in terms of how he was doing with the car. Bear in mind he started all the way from the back due to the issue he had. I think no one decided to take that into account.
Yeah, that's a good point. He had I think it was a brake issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then over the race he had gearbox issues.
Yeah.
So he didn't do too bad considering what his problems were. I think people were just so quick to shoot him down.
Is that time now?
Oh, so it's 6:49.
All right, I'm gonna catch up.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm on 6:45.
Okay, that's good.
43.
Yeah.
That'll do. Yes, Hamilton locking up. A bit scruffy at the minute. He's had a bit of a scruffy weekend, to be honest. He's not really been out on the pace, to be honest.
Well, I think it was due to what they said about the track, right? Although the surface was laid last year, it's still not the best.
It's not very grippy. Yeah. At least it would be. At least though the temps are a bit warmer than they were last season.
True. You can see
should have some more grip.
Even on the steering wheel of the Mercedes, you can see a lot of correction on the laps.
Yeah, a lot of correction. Oh, Perez is in the gravel.
Yeah.
Perez is in the gravel, and he's corrected it again. He needs to have a good weekend now. He needs to start. He needs to. I don't think that'll be too much of an issue, but he really needs to now start looking towards having a great weekend.
Every weekend is has to be a great weekend for Sergio Perez because the points are crucial in the constructors.
In the constructors, yeah, because you're not going to beat the likes of Mercedes with Valtteri Bottas and Hamilton if you've not got two cars there, and he's just down. They just lost sort of the back end coming up that camber.
Well, that's also what it creates with the flooring, right? With the reduction of the floor spacing.
Yeah, so obviously, and that's benefited Red Bull in a way because for people that don't know, they want a higher rake ratio than Mercedes. Mercedes has always been a longer base and a
longer wheelbase, lower
wheelbase and a lower rake than Red Bull. So that's where it's been hindering them, and they've been fighting ever since the start of the season to try and get the car to have a higher rake. And the car's like, nah, man, you didn't design me for this. I don't do this. But it seems like they've managed to find an answer. Red Bull have obviously brought updates this weekend, but by the look of it, it looks like Mercedes have brought updates as well because they're still competing with them at the same pace. So as Yuki Tsunoda is about to pull out for the pits.
Yuki Tsunoda.
What do you think of Yuki Tsunoda so far? Obviously, he had a terrible weekend last time out. Not a bad weekend, third one. Yeah, I saw one of his overtakes in the first race, and it was like Verstappen when he first turned up. Just really
he's very quick. He's very sharp. That's no doubt about Yuki. Max hitting trouble.
Yeah, Max is reporting problems with straight line speed. Not that I don't want him to win. Live. Everyone, do hit the like button. Do hit the subscribe button. All right. But yeah. Yeah. Do like and subscribe. And get people to watch it. To watch this as well, because each qualifying session is still going to be as tight as anything. And we're looking at the Haas, who have built a car that's, I think, it's already the worst car on the grid. But
Well, I think they're
it's
putting all their bets on 2022.
yeah,
Reason
that's
why
what they've even come out and said they're putting all their bets in 2022. But even before then, I still think the car was appalling before that. I think Williams has got a better car already at the start of the season than Haas did. And it's a bit shame because you got Mick Schumacher in there, and Mick Schumacher is a great talent. So I'd rather he would have been in an Alfa Romeo or something, right? Because at least then he can show his talent a bit. Whereas, unfortunately, because like of the money side of it, we had to have Mazepin, as I call him, instead of Mazepin, right? We have all this. We waste for one for diversity, equality, and all this, and we got Mazepin as a driver.
Well, what's wrong with Mazepin? Yeah, he's not good, but what's in terms of diversity? What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, it's that video that of groping a woman.
Yeah, that's
indecency. That's.
Well, what does it have to do with Formula One?
It's a bit what I think what people are getting at is that it's a bit hypocritical for F1 to come out with this diversity and equality when you've got a driver who's quite literally just broken all of that. I mean, it doesn't really sound like right, especially when you've got drivers like Callum Ilott, who I think is a much better driver. Schwartzman's a much better driver, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, but Haas need money.
Yeah, that's the problem. It has to need money, and unfortunately, cash is king. And unfortunately, the thing is that though it's not right, if they don't have the money, they're not going to be in the sport, and Schumacher's not going to have a drive either. And what was interesting to find out is that their new sponsors, they had to make sure the new funding they had to make sure they got a German driver. So you saw in that Netflix, he was trying to get Schumacher to join them right before Alfa Romeo pinched him.
Right.
But speaking of Mazepin, he's just coming up 2014 now.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Like, there's a talent issue with Mazepin. But in terms of diversity, yeah, I saw the video. It's a young kid's mistake. I don't see. Yes, it's a bad example for younger kids, but
yeah,
other than a mischievous thing, and even the girl came out and said they were all having fun. I just wouldn't put too much into it. I don't see how that has a problem with diversity, though. With equality. It's never going to be equal as long as cash is involved. That's my opinion. So we can go further on with Lewis. He's a bit of a hypocrite, about talking about Saudi Arabia. But mate, they're the biggest sponsors. That's where you get salary from. Don't take the salary then.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's never going to be a perfect world. That's what I'm trying to say. So if the world would try to point everything out, no one's going to be adequate for anything.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So, but yeah, in terms of talent, yeah, Mazepin has no business in F1.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's like Steiner said, he's overdriving that car. He's trying too hard. When you got a car that's like that, just don't worry about trying to outbrake everything and try and get into Q2 because the car's not good enough. Just make sure you. And hang on.
And Stroll is out.
Ricardo's out. Ricardo's out.
Stroll is out.
Stroll and Ricardo.
Vettel.
Wow.
You got a good timing. Latifi out, Stroll, and Ricciardo.
And I put MSC. I keep looking at it and I'm thinking it's Michael Schumacher.
Well, it's the same initials,
Every
right?
time I've already said
same
it so
letter
many times.
choice.
So, every time I've seen it, I've immediately gone like I've immediately said it. So there's the grid now. So let's put the grid in there. So the bottom 5 obviously up down there. I'm just gonna space that out actually. I'm just gonna space it out a bit.
So how's life, Stephen? How's everything over in the UK?
Yeah, things are going well, mate. Health-wise, they can't do anything to me to make myself better, so I'm stuck like this now. We've now hit 1K on this channel, so we can get it monetized to support the charity. So we can, so that we can send the donations. We made over £1,000 by the end of last year, and we're trying to get to £2,000 this year. We've made £484 already, so we've got more fundraisers planned, and big things planned for the channel, man. So, because this is pretty much what I want to do at the minute, and pretty much what I can do at the minute, and pretty much what I want to do. So,
right.
But yeah, but things are all right, man. Things are all good. How about your end?
I've been busy trying to plan to do some activities next month. Have to head over across the pond in your side of the world to do some stuff, and
man.
My 10-month old son beat me to going to an event this year. He was at the WRC in Croatia last weekend.
Oh, your son?
Yeah. He was at the WRC. Rally passed right in front of the house.
How old your son?
10 months.
10 months. Oh, yeah. I didn't know you had a kid.
Yeah.
And I take it the family all good there then.
Yeah. They're there for the time being. Until they come back with me to over this side of the world in the tropics. It's very hot here, mate. It's about 36, 38 daily.
Oh yeah, mate. Here it's about 10 to 12 degrees.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I'm in a Mercedes hoodie. So, but yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's nearly raining out here. So yeah.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's see when the world is starting to return to. Well, on this side, I can say like in my country, the world is returning to normal now.
Is it?
We're right now we're having a bit of a spike because of the Easter break, but in 2 weeks' time, that's all gonna come down. We've been keeping it under 50 cases.
That's not
countrywide.
Bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good actually. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we started our vaccination program. I've had my first dose.
Same with me.
My second dose on this. My second dose is on May the 7th.
Okay, my second dose is on July, and so yeah. So Ricardo is having a bit of a struggles at McLaren, huh?
Yeah, he's had pretty not bad, but obviously still getting used to it. I still think he's still once he gets used to it and settled in properly, he'll be all right.
True.
Be a good teammate for Lando. Lando's been on fire as usual, and could be one of our future British stars.
Well, he and Russell have that mantle now.
Well, yeah, he won that secure Grand Prix, didn't he?
Yeah.
I felt sorry for him when he didn't win that, right? Because he should have done. But
his time will come.
His time will come, and we all know he's going to end up in Mercedes at some point.
I think it's going to be next year. I think it's going to be a disservice from Mercedes if they don't put Russell in that car.
Yeah, I either think it's going to be this year or it's going to be next year. It's either gonna be next year. It's either gonna be next. It's gonna be next year, and it's gonna be either Bottas or Hamilton. One of the two. I do think
Sure.
if Hamilton wants to stay, he'll get his way, and I think Bottas will have to take the drop.
Yeah.
Especially if he doesn't compete with, if he doesn't get in the championship fight with Hamilton and Verstappen, if it becomes just between them two. So, but yeah, we're coming out for qualifying sooner.
And Red Bull are doing wonders for their marketing with Sergio Perez on this side of the world. We'll see how Q2 shapes up. Who stays in and who drops out. What do you think about the Ferraris finding more and more pace? I think Sainz is coming along well. Once he gets fully gripped with the team and the car, it's going to be a real handful.
Well, do you know what I said when I did my checker flag show last night at 6 p.m. And if you check the ones before, we had the DNF1 podcast on there. We had a good discussion with those debates we were talking about. But I'd say obviously with Ferraris that we've seen before is that they've struggled to be able to compete, knowing that they've had basically they had that penalty thrown on them. They've had a penalty thrown on them, and basically to keep it quiet, they were told to fix the issue, and the FIA wouldn't say no more about it. My personal opinion is they should have just told everyone in anyway, because we all know they broke the rules. So, yeah. So in the end, it's more just down to the fact of.
Well, it had a bit of proprietary info. Court battles looming, so.
Yeah, so it's just now they've sorted that out, and they managed to generally find a bit more out of the engine, and they've actually managed to put a car together that's not so draggy either. I think it's not just about the engine as well. It was the fact there was a lot of drag in last year's car, and they've sort of eliminated that a little bit. It's still not the way they should be, but at least they're going to be challenging McLaren for third spot, and that could play well into, say, the advantages of Alpine or stuff like that, because teams like that who aren't competing for third spot, they'll happily just put all their eggs in the 2022 basket to give them more money and development on that car, because obviously with the budget cap restrictions, it means that they might have to focus some of the resources on next year's car already. Sainz goes fastest on a 19.5 on the medium tire. So it looks like everyone's trying a medium tire. So it looks like the softer tire is not the one to go on.
Well, I think that's the tire you're going to start with, right? So it seems everyone is going to start
that's why I think a lot of people are trying to do it. But I think only only Red Bull, Mercedes will get away with it. But it's worth a go. But yeah, so it's where 2022 is going to be interesting. It's just that if Ferrari do focus, because the thing as well is that they'll also focus on the engine. They've improved it this year. They'll want to try and improve it for next year, because
they rarely they rarely ever built proper chassis, which are as good as Red Bull or even Mercedes. That's been always their Achilles heel.
2017 and 18 was a really good, well-built machines,
but the team made mistakes along with its driver.
Yeah, 2017, I do feel they were maxing out the actual full capacity of the engine and the and everything. So when it came to like Malaysia and that, they started faltering with their power units because they've pushed it to the absolute limit to try and keep up with Mercedes. But whereas Mercedes didn't have to do that much. So whereas now 2018, that was more general mistakes by the team and by Sebastian Vettel.
And this is what I think. Like, let's say 2017,
And they've never been run properly. They've never been really managed properly. The management structure has not been right at all. And if you can't get that right, you're not going to get the car right. You're not going to get the team right. You're not going to get drivers right. And you're not going to be able to get the results right on the track.
And it's still not right.
It's still not right. Yeah. So it's a lot of issues to solve, and it's going to take time. But if they can improve the engine for this year and then improve it for next year, at least then they've got a decent engine, because everyone wants to improve their engine for next year, because after that, they can't improve it for 3 years straight. So they've got to get it right with a new developed engine, and got to get it to a good performance on the dyno.
Right.
If they're going to be able to compete. Otherwise, they're stuck with that for 3 years, which is a long time in Formula One. We say 5 tenths is a long time.
A good time.
What's that?
Vettel said a good time.
Yeah, Vettel did say a good time. He's he's sixth actually. So maybe he's starting to find his feet in that Aston Martin and find the performance.
He was on the soft tire.
Leclerc's gone with a helmet design that looks exactly like Vettel's when he was at Ferrari.
No, I was gonna say, and this is where the FIA rules robbed us in 2017. Why not allow for more engines? You know, it's Formula One. It shouldn't be endurance.
Yeah, cutting costs though.
Yeah, but the development is what costs the money, not the producing of an engine.
Yeah, but I hear that. It's just that at the time, the amount of money it cost to build a power unit was about what, $14 million, something like that, for one power unit, instead of $8 million was for the V8 era, where
right.
So it's that's why they've tried to limit the amount of power units that you had, and if you do, and these things are so reliable that, of course, if you want to be the pinnacle of motorsport, having a good car means you also have a good, reliable car. And
well, I agree on that.
They have been able to develop the technology to make them that reliable. So then, sure, then why not? But yeah, I think you've got 23 races, and I think, if I'm not correct, they're still using the same number that they're allowed to use throughout the entire season, which is what, 3? Yeah. I would have thought for 23 races, you could at least put another engine in there. That's a lot of races to cover with 3 engines.
I would have left
3 power units. Sorry,
I would have left it at 5.
Yeah, when we talk about power units, for people that don't know and watching this, right, power units, basically, you've got for 3 power units, you've got 3 ICE, which is internal combustion engine. You've got 3 parts for the MGUH, the MGK, which collect all the electricity, the turbo as well. You've got all 3 parts of them, apart from the 2 parts which are, and then you've got another 2 components that go with that, which makes 6 components altogether. And those 2 components you only have 2 of, which is the energy store and the control electronics. So you have to let them 2 to last, what, 12 races? 12 races? Fuck me. That to be honest, if teams would be able to pull that off, then full credit to them. But what it will make it real exciting, if they can't pull it off and teams do have to take penalties, then it is making it very, very exciting.
If I would be a team, I would take 2 penalties in the first 2 races to get 2 fresh engines, extra engines, and
if you've got the pace to be able to make the points back up, then yeah. But I think if you're Hamilton, for example, and then you're about 25 points in front, I would, because you'd be able to catch back up. Right.
Sure. You can make the time up and the points. Yeah.
Yeah. You can make the points up in the race, so you get about what. And that's the thing with the sprint qualifying. When I mentioned about the sprint qualifying, I'm a traditionalist, to be honest. I'm that one who's like, it's got to be a qualifying and a 1 Grand Prix for me. That's how I've always seen Formula One, and that's how I like to see my Formula One is that you have one out and out Grand Prix where they go full distance and fight it out. But some people want to try it, and I get if they want to try it, I'm willing to give it a go. I still won't be convinced that if it does work, even if it does work, but it's worth a go. But reverse grids, no.
Right.
That if you want to do reverse grids, do that. Do that in the F2 series, because
Yeah,
the
you can
F2 series,
experiment with it there and see how it works.
Yeah, but I think with the F2 series, the reason they do reverse grids is to show the drivers if they've that have won the feature race, who are probably the main protagonists for the title, to see if they're good enough at being able to fight throughout the grid. It's there to show teams in Formula One if they're good enough to promote themselves and overtake and be good enough on track to be able to handle it in F1. So it's to show that it's to help them showcase their skills. That's why they've done it. But in F1, you don't need to do that. You should have the skills there done. So you don't need to reverse the grids from whenever we say reverse the grids, not from first becomes last. We think like for F2, it's what, 8th place. If you finish 8th place in the feature race of F2, you would go start first for the sprint race. So that's what we mean by reverse grids. They would reverse maybe the top 10 or the top 8. So if you finish first in the feature race, you would start 10th or 8th. So, and then reverse the grids that way. So, especially also in F1, it could be also like, there could be also a danger aspect, is it? Because you've got faster cars coming up against slower cars.
True.
Which could cause more danger because there's more risks of overtakes and like
more risk of accidents.
Yeah,
That's
more
for
risks
sure.
of accidents. Yeah, so because in F2, all the cars are the same spec. They can't improve them. They can't develop them. All the cars are exactly the same. So it's down to the driver's skill set to be able to fight their way up through the grid. That and how they set their car up, but they can't improve the car in development like F1. So whereas F1, it's everyone else. The only thing that's parallel and interchangeable is the wheels.
Right.
It's basically it's the wheels. The wheels of the car and the bolts that screw them in. About the only interchange about the same different is the only same parts of a car of an F1 car compared of everyone else. So everyone else has the same wheels and the same nuts that screw them in, and that's it.
Yeah, Vettel getting a toe on signs.
Yeah, Vettel's still above Leclerc and Sainz. They haven't improved.
No, and were they on the mediums or softs?
They're on the
Leclerc's
mediums.
on the mediums. Oh, that's why.
They're on the mediums.
Vettel's on the softs.
Why are they trying the mediums?
Well,
That is a risky strategy.
yeah, I think.
And, he's had
if
to
you're
lock up on the. Oh, he's locked up on them as well.
Yeah, if you're a Ferrari if you're a Mercedes or Red Bull, that's okay.
Because they've scrapped that rule where you could swap one of the tires
Yeah.
for one that's not flat spotted if you've done that.
Yeah. No, but I meant Mercedes, Red Bull. They have the pace to be able to
they've
go
got
out
the
with a
pace to
medium
be able
tire.
to do this and get away with it. Basically, what we're meaning, guys, is that people that are faster will be able to set their times on tires that are slower and be able to get through to Q3 because they've got enough pace in hand. So that way they'll be able to start on a more durable tire. That's why teams are trying this on the harder tire, because they'll be able to have a more options in the race to maximize the strategy. Whereas, like, if you start on a soft tire, like Vettel's probably going to do, because he's now qualified on a soft tire, he's going to have to pit sooner and be more restricted in what options he's got for the race. So because once you're in quali 3, just to explain this, to these guys, for everyone that is not watching, for everyone that's watching and don't understand, for those who qualify into the top 10, if you've qualified into the top 10, the qualifying lap the tires that you set your fastest quality lap into Q2 to get in there, you start the race on. So if Sonoda here, he gets through in 14th into the top 10, the tires he's on right now, on board with, he would have to start those tires for the start of the race. And whereas everyone below will get to start on whatever tire they want. So that's why sometimes starting 11th. I remember 2013 when the tires were so degradable that starting 11th was actually a bad thing.
True.
It's pretty good actually. And actually, Science is now in danger, right? Because Gasly, it was Gasly actually. It was Gasly up into 8th. Sonoda.
We'll see what Sonoda
happening.
can do.
He's had a good sector and a bad sector. He's up to 12th, but not up far enough. And then as the checker flag falls, he won't go again. So that's the end of his qualifying. So we've got Giovinazzi to come around. He's coming around the final corner now. This will be his last attempt. He's 11th. He hasn't improved. Science is still hit by 10th. Alonso's 12th. He's out. Raikkonen's coming through now. No, he's way down. He's 15th.
Sainz trying to improve.
Oh, Russell's on 11th. No, just needed a 10th. He just needed a 10th. No. Why does he have to suffer in a frigging Williams? It's sad to see that Williams had to step away from that, isn't it?
True.
It's sad that Netflix didn't really pick up on that story. They didn't really go into it in detail, because that must have been awful for Claire Williams and that to do. 11th and Giovinazzi. No.
Russell has a good racecraft, so he can make it up.
Yeah, he's got very good racecraft. I have to admit, he has got very good racecraft. So, we have in the bottom 5 at the minute. I'm just going to quickly adjust this. Save.
Portimao.
So, Mazepin 20th, 19th Schumacher, 18th Latifi, 17th Stroll, 16th Ricciardo, 5th. What happened to the others? Oh, Jesus Christ. 15th Raikkonen. 14th was Sonoda. 13th was Alonso.
Everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe the video.
Yes, go and do that now.
SFeatleyTV.
Changed its name in it. I think that's how long it was, isn't it? It's been a while, but yeah, it's great to have you back on. 11th, Ross. So yeah, there you go. So 20th Mazepin, 19th Schumacher, 18th Latifi, 17th Stroll, 16th Ricciardo, 15th Raikkonen, 14th Sonoda, 13th Alonso, 12th Giovinazzi, 11th is George Russell, with the top 10 still to be confirmed. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
The cat.
Socks, say hello. Say hello. It's got little white paws, you see, so.
Okay.
See, look, little white paws. We call them socks. He winds the dog up when he gets here. Like, the dog up stays downstairs, right? And when he sees him at the top of the stairs, and barks his head off. So if you see streams where the dog's barking in the background, that's him winding him up. Yeah, you little rascal, isn't he? Yeah. He's got half a tail because the previous owners, before we got him, when he was about 6 weeks old, something like that, or a couple of months old. 6 weeks old he was when we got him, and they caught his tail in a door when they shut the door, so he lost half his tail. Yeah. Wow, Ricardo's not smiling. He's definitely not happy.
Not smiling, not happy.
Yeah, Ricardo, you know, even when Ricardo's like knocked out the race, he's still smiling. that's
Well,
the thing. So.
it'll take some time to adapt, I think.
Yeah, that look. I mean, let's have a look at his record. Let's have a look at F1. Yeah, so Ricardo finished 7th in Bahrain.
So, Steve, I'm gonna have to get ready to go. I have to be off. I'm sorry I couldn't stay till the end.
Yeah, it's all right.
Appreciate you having me on the show. Really, I really enjoy it when I can. And we'll see when I can join you for another watch along.
Yeah, well, like I said, I got the race watch along tomorrow, so you're more than welcome to join that when the qualifying's back, when the race is back to start for then. But yeah, just let know when you're free, and I'll drop you a link.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Cheers.
All right, take care. Cheers. Right, so final part of qualifying is coming up right now. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the subscribe button now. Subscribe to SFeatleyTV right now, right? Right, so big up Invisible Car. Good afternoon. How are you? Please do hit the subscribe button if you're new. We are here for the final qualifying session, Q3, the top 10 shootout. Oh, here you go. All the teams are coming out now. So, Hamilton out as well. Come on, Hamilton. Come on. Please do hit the like button. Do hit the subscribe button, please. So here we go. We're all starting their fastest lap now, and they're all very close to each other. So they're going for another lap to warm the tyres up. So they did another lap to warm the tyres up. Will they be able to get a final lap in at the end? We'll wait and see. But this is an unusual strategy. Well, they say unusual. Sometimes when the tyres are that cold, they have to do that. But yeah, wait and see. But either way, let's... Right. Verstappen now starting his flying lap in second, coming out of turn 2, turn 3. Just about kept it on the road there. Nearly had a tank slapper and spun it off as fast as first sector. But he comes around for turn 8. Good turn up to turn 9. Good 10, 11. He was struggling to get the apex in turn 8, but then to 12. Coming up to turn 4, 13. Last 2 corners now. Coming up to turn 14. Fastest in the personal best in the first sector, fastest in the middle sector. Someone's gone faster in the first sector. We're coming out to turn 15 now. He is going to qualify 118.2. It is a 118.2. And he's deleted. His time was deleted for turn 4. Norris has gone with a 119.1. Bottas is next up. Well, no, Leclerc's next up. He comes second with a 119.3. Bottas is next with a 18.3. Hamilton, no, is coming through. He goes second fastest by not 7 thousandths of a second slower than Bottas. 7 thousandths of a second. Right, big up talk. If you're free, mate, just jump on, mate. Right. I'll teach you a bit of F1. But Max Verstappen on the back foot here. He's got to make sure there is no red flag or yellow flag right in the next run by someone spinning off, because if he does, he's screwed. So, Max is in from his lap first. Right, here we go. Come on. So they are going to go for one more lap. They will get time for one more lap. Who's going to get pole out of this? Tough to call. So Leclerc is out first, followed by Gasly. Then comes Sainz. I can tell from a distance from that far out. I can tell who it is. I used to tell it by the driver helmets when I was a kid. It's a bit difficult now, but still just about. Right, you want to know everything about Formula One. This is where it's at, mate. Right, how's qualifying going? It's fine, mate. Do you know what? I should have just done this anyway. Here's the link. If anyone wants to jump on, do so. Right, open panel here. People can come on, have their say. Right, anyone can. So yeah, let me know in the comments, but let me know in the chat who's gonna get it. Do you think Bottas will hold pole, or do you think Hamilton can steal it, or can Verstappen pull out a lap? I'd love to know. Who do you think is gonna get it? Going on it. Ow! Wow, hang on. The Mercedes have gone out on the medium tires. Wow! So they're going to have to do another warm up lap because they get the temperature they need. They're going to have to. So yeah, do smash the like button. Do hit the subscribe button. This is the place to watch it, guys. Right? This is the place. Trust me. Right? Turn 3. 2 minutes to go in this session as Verstappen starts his flying lap. You've got to get this right. Turn 1. Through turn 1 into turn 2. Turn 3. He is 1/10 down in the first sector though. Right, so coming into turn 11. Right, gets past Norris, who gets out the way, coming up to turn 13. He is struggling. He's struggling. Turn 14. It doesn't look like pole position at all. Whoa, he is at a scruffy lap all lap. Yes, he's only third. Come on. Come on. Yeah, he went up, but The problem is with these cars, because they're power units, and they're because they're the part of the 160 horsepower they get is from the battery power. You need to have the battery charge up in the hybrid to be able to unleash the power for qualifying. So he's used all his battery power, so he will not be able to do another lap because of it. Unfortunately, Hamilton's 4 tenths down the second set. It does not look like he's going to get pole either. It's not going to be pole for Hamilton. He's 2 tenths down. He's not got pole. Bottas is on pole. Bottas is on pole. The big line head news story. Bottas is on pole position for the Portuguese Grand Prix. They were expecting more out of that Red Bull. They would have expected a lot more. If you want to jump on and have your say so now before I wrap this up. So we have the grid order as follows. We have on the grid Mazepin 20th, 19th Schumacher, 18th Latifi, 17th Stroll, 16th Ricciardo, 15th Raikkonen, 14th Tsunoda, 13th Alonso, 12th Giovinazzi, 11th Russell, 10th for Vettel, Gasly for Gasly 9. No, sorry, I have to say that all again now. I have to say that all again. So for Q3, 10th was Vettel. 9th Gasly, 8th Leclerc, 7th Norris, 6th Ocon, 5th is Sainz, Perez 4th, Verstappen in 3rd. Hamilton will start alongside his teammate Bottas in 1st on the front row. Right, that's it. It's a wrap, people. Right, who's in that hatch behind? No one's in the hatch behind me, mate. It's just that being under the stairs, bro. Right, it's where I keep my enemies, mate. Right. Anyone that talks shit about me, right? You know what I mean? Like certain people, right? Talking absolute crap, right, about me, right? Stuff that ain't true. Well, like I said last night, the truth will come out at some point. Trust me. Right, and everyone's gonna be shocked. But yeah, so Bottas will be ecstatic with that. They all start on the medium tire, clearly as well. So Hamilton not getting pole this evening. So it's 3 different pole sitters in the first 3 races, which is not bad. Yeah, rise. Yes, reject it and say enough is enough. Yes, that's abuse worldwide. Right, stop abuse in all its forms. Right, online hate, right, sexism, racism, all of it. Stop it. Right, this is what this social media blackout is supposed to do. But and I am trying my very best to keep in going. Right. What have we got? I think this evening, I think I might do. Do you know what? I'm gonna do a 1,000 subscriber stream. I think I might do that. I don't know, to celebrate getting 1,000 subscribers. Might look up back some old videos, but we'll wait and see. Oh, here we go. Like Verstappen, sulking again, not getting, get in there, my son. Yes. The only problem is Hamilton's second, mate. But hey, I think he was second last season, if I'm not correct. Why is he doing that? Honestly, get a grip. Get a grip, mate. Stop sulking every time you don't get it. Right. And all I can say, mate, to the people that were being part of this channel and the people who were doing the watch alongs for the F1 last season, you're believing in shit that definitely ain't true, and you know it ain't. And it's sad. It's very sad. Because you know it's not. You know it's lies. But let's just say it's the last time I'm helping you. Just hope they will. Right. I'll not help anyone unless they help me as well. Not anymore. Simple as that. Right. People that are probably watching this right now and doing their own stuff on this right now. Talking about shit that ain't true. Right. Especially when they don't call up someone else about it because he's a bigger channel. Huh. Funny that. Seems like the balls to tell me though. Obviously, we've got the watch along tomorrow. It will be. Yeah, we've got the watch along tomorrow, and we've got the football. Though it says the 2021 round 3 of the 2021 FIA Formula 1 Championship, we have got we have got clips. Yeah, we got clips, mate. Don't worry about it. All right, we've got clips. We've got plenty of them. But look, we've got what have we got coming up? We have got Newcastle, Arsenal, the first half of that. Then we will switch over to watch the Grand Prix whilst talking about it. Then we'll have Liverpool versus Man United. But all I can say is, like I said before, I just said, right? The people that want to come and watch this, absolutely no problem. Welcome, all of you. Everyone that has subscribed, big up to you, because without your support, I won't get to where we've got to, right? So it's a big ups to you. This is why I want to do. We are going to do our 1,000 subscriber watch along, stream. Sorry, right? Because it is for all of you that have subscribed to come on and be part of a thank you from us to you, because it is from us to you, because without you guys, we wouldn't have got to 1,000 subscribers. Without people working with me behind the scenes, we wouldn't have got to 1,000 subscribers. Right? All the marketing, all the PR, the guests, everything. If it weren't for you, right? Yeah, even the haters, even the people that now are haters and hate me, right? Or the ones that are probably gullible and believe in that hate and believe in that truth, right? right? And believe in that, well, false truth. It's lies, right? All of it, right? You've helped me get to 1,000 subscribers as well, but you're not coming back. Don't ever come back, right? Because let's just say when you took to believe that, you didn't even give me a chance to explain. You didn't even give me a chance to say anything. You didn't even give me a chance to say anything. Not a word. Right? At least a friend. Richard, you can come on later and I'll tell you. But, right, all I can say is a friend will let you. All I can say is a friend will let you explain it first. They'll hear you out first. And I don't care anyone says, because whatever you believe is not true, and you know it. Whatever was said in that stream was lies. Every single word. You know it's lies. And I'm going to prove it to you all. I'm going to prove it to you. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Because all you're doing now is hating on a charity and a channel that's doing a good thing for charity. That wants to save people like me that have suffered for years, save their lives. And you've got the audacity to even take the piss out of that. People like that are scum and so low that they have to resort to that. Don't ever come near me again. Alright? Don't. But like I said, we'll be back for the watch along for football. We'll be back we'll be back for the the watch along tomorrow. We'll be back this evening. We will be doing 1,000 subscriber video, man. Come on. We're gonna be doing 1,000 subscriber video. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a drink. Well, I'm not gonna have a drink, but everyone else can have a drink. All right, and we're gonna have a celebrate. We're gonna look at some old videos, take the piss out of them, and stuff like that. And we're gonna have a good time because we've done it. We've done what we've set out to do by the end of the year. Of having the channel we started, which was getting it to 1K, and we've done that. And now I just want to thank every single one of you that's done it. Haters or lovers, whatever you are, thank you so much for getting me there. And yeah, and we'll see you guys later on this evening at I want to do it at 6. I want to do it at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. something like that. But yeah, I will speak to you guys soon. I'll just go through some of these comments. To all those munchkins out there, keep sucking. What is all the hater thing? Trust me, Richard, I'll tell you what it's all about. I'll put the link in the chat. Right, and you can come off. We can speak off air. Right, I'll put you in the background. But whatever. But The truth hurts. Bring your best shot. Not yet. Not yet. We are. I'm not. That's why I'm not mentioning anyone's name. Right. And like we saying, look, you can say as much as you want. We are still open to talking. Right. And you know where to find us. Right. But until then, guys, yeah, Richard, come on the stream now and I'll explain. Yeah, I'll tell you now. If you come on now, and I'll tell you. So click the link now, and I'll tell her. So, anyway, thanks to everyone that's tuned in as usual. Do hit the like button. Do hit the subscribe button. We'll be back, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.